Sometimes we need the cold light of death before we can see reality.
What?
It's a very convoluted sentence, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Holy
Here we go.
shit.
Hi.
Welcome back, everyone, to another reaction. We're here watching Moon Knight, episode 6, and we have a little confusion about what the title might be. The Wikipedia says
Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters, but the apparently Disney Plus here just says episode 6.
Episode 6. Yeah.
Well, whatever. We'll figure it out. It's irrelevant. We'll figure it out later.
Online, what I saw online said Gods and Monsters
Right on.
also.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably, they got the info.
Well, I'm Nicholas, and joined again by Chris and
Hello.
Mike. Hey guys.
Hello.
Appreciate y'all joining me for the is the last episode of the season. I still haven't heard any word whether or not this is a multiple season series or if this is just a limited series, a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? But
Maybe that question will be answered.
maybe that question will be answered. It seems to be a lot to wrap up here in the last episode.
Yeah.
They did some good explanation in the last episode for Mark's character, really grounding, what's been going on with him. But, as far as the main plot line and stopping Ahmet and all that, that's still wide out in the open. So, no idea what's going to happen. What do y'all think so far? Enjoying the series? Hating it?
After last week's, I'm really reinvested. It had a little
Yeah.
dip before, but,
Yeah, I was concerned that it was getting some I don't know, dragging on
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
something.
they had that mid-season dip for sure.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to wrap up. There's so much to wrap up here. I mean,
And you got to do the obligatory, special effects battle.
yeah,
It's the Marvel battle. So there's a lot to do in one episode.
yeah. Or maybe to be like Loki, we'll just have a big conversation.
This is true. We got all the shit to wrap up. We got no choice but just to have a 45-minute conversation. Let's get into it, I guess. Right? 3, 2, 1, play. Starts off with a bang. Yeah, and we lost
You
Steven.
get Conchu out? Yeah.
Oh.
There's always one last
There's always one last thing, and they're showing that
Yeah.
too.
when it's
Jake.
Jake, is this Jake? Right.
I figure Steven still exists within him
Maybe.
in the sense of his gentle nature,
Right.
That's what we were talking about last week. It's just like, there's so much that Steve knows about, like, he studied all the Egyptian stuff. Like,
Right.
The knowledge has
does he
got to
still
be
have
in
access
there.
to that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. No fanfare, but interesting choice here. It's about the end.
Is that
The end of the story.
Nat King Cole? Who is that?
Yeah.
So that's definitely Ahmet.
Yeah. Right. Because he took that out of the.
You can see
Alexander
the
the
crocodile
Great.
on it. I think.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. it had to be. Sometimes we need the cold light of death before we can see reality.
What?
It's a very convoluted sentence, wasn't it?
He's big on deepities.
Deepities. Yeah. Great concept, y'all. Look up deepity.
A deepity is an apparently profound observation that is ambiguous. It has two readings. On one reading, it's obviously false, but if it were true, it would be very important. And on the other, it's trivially true.
Whoa! I haven't seen him do that before.
I could come in handy for like picking things up off the floor, like one of those little old man things.
Yeah.
Everybody in these shows would be so traumatized all the time, they'd
Right.
never be able to do anything.
Right. What the hell? Well, so much for
It does have power. Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if it got more powerful when he had that statue.
He's dead.
That would be weird.
Did keep it right now. So what? Listen, Harry is too powerful. Mark says wonderful things about you. No, I'll fight him on
Wait.
my own.
Damn.
good distraction for her to bust out Khonshu, though.
Yep. I mean, even they would be thinking, hey, we need to bust out Khonshu. He was right, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Just bust them all, dude. Let them all
break
race.
them all, yeah.
Let's go crazy, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Holy
Here we go.
shit.
Hi.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
In this world,
That was quick.
he died fighting, no doubt. Mark was in crisis over you. His lack of focus got him killed. You
Can't do anything without
Yeah,
an
he
avatar.
has to have some kind of...
Here, what you can offer. Please, enjoy your peace.
He's not gonna do that.
No.
I don't think.
This is nice, but I want it back the way it was.
This looks a little boring after a while.
It does, yeah.
So I get to go on to eternal peace and he just stays lost in the sand forever? No, I'm not good with that.
The big question is he aware? He just.
And I tried to protect that and I failed.
He already killed one brother. He doesn't want to kill another.
And all that field back there was looking pretty good.
Was it?
There's no way in hell I'm gonna win.
I don't know. I think eternity sounds pretty much like hell, no matter what.
Right?
I'd rather be unaware, turned into sand, than stand in a field for all eternity.
Yeah. It was a pretty feel, but yeah. Well,
Because, yeah, maybe
Are
the
you just
eternity
talking about-
would be beautiful and also your perfect setting, but, you know, as a human who thinks and feels or whatever, you would get bored with that and that would end up being hell. But then maybe
Right.
eternity changes the way you think, well, so you don't realize that it's all the same or whatever. But then are you
Right.
really you anymore because you're now forced to
Exactly.
think differently? It just doesn't add up.
Are you really you without your body?
Right. All right, nice little god battle.
These are the kinds of questions where you brush your hand and say, it's a mystery, and that makes it all okay, and you're supposed to believe it. I think the afterlife belief is probably the most harmful belief of all.
Hippo!
And I will.
I choose. Do you swear to protect the travelers of the night? Rise and live again!
Nice. I mean, he's immortal, right? He can't die, apparently. It's like bring back life from death, so.
I need your help.
Just curious about something. How's this whole new arrangement gonna work?
And I was not.
But we do come as like a packaged deal now, so you are gonna have to come with me.
That's awesome.
His voice is so funny.
I will release you both. You have my word.
I like the sound of that.
Lord of the night sky!
All right, you know what?
Here we go.
You can take this one, Mark.
Idiots!
Woo!
So good, the idiots in control.
I bet she's gonna bust one open and become the avatar of something, another
Someone
god.
else. Yeah.
No.
Damn it! You forced my hand.
She can't trust them any more than.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh, your father is going to be over the
More she was the voice the whole time.
I was wondering that too.
Yeah.
Now that we know.
I have a fabulous costume.
That's so important right now. Well, he can fly.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
official. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's got to be some harsh radiation, my man.
Purge the disloyal. Oh,
Man, look at that.
Damn. Literally grows.
Godzilla.
Ooh, damn.
Oh, cool. Well, I wouldn't want him connected to my wings, but
That's a cool shot right there.
yeah. Oh, wow.
I think the
that's-
blocks are a little bigger than that.
Right. Whoa, did Khonshu grow? How did Khonshu grow?
There's so little difference in what we want for this world. It's
pretty crazy.
Why this dance for the...
Only punish those who have chosen evil.
So do I. Only I don't give them the satisfaction of committing it.
They're both very naive in their understanding of.
Yep. But how did he get up first? He's just a person.
Yeah, he must have some powers or the staff or something. Because, yeah, that would have killed him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Y'all gotta break that staff.
Knowing you will fade.
Michelangelo in all white.
The advantage of that kind of costume, you can just throw the stunt guy or the martial artist in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure these actors learn a lot of
They
moves,
do as
though.
much as they can. Right.
Yeah. Everything in movies, fight scenes is always like rhythmic. It's like that's not the way people really fight.
No. Corridor Crew, when they had the stuntmen on to react to stunts, is really good. I recommend watching those. They're like one episode they got the stunt guy who does Black Panther stunts, and they would watch like Civil War and Black Panther, and he would differentiate between the actor did that and he did this and. Like I said, obligatory special effects fight scenes.
Yeah, yep.
I am. That was a freaking Captain America Bucky move. Like, take care of that staff, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Huh?
Whoa.
Jake? Once again, he has no recollection of what just happened. It wasn't Steven.
That wasn't you, was it, Steven?
Yeah.
No chance, mate.
Yeah, we never saw his partner that killed her father. I think it was
Yeah, it had to be Jake.
him.
It's cool. Solving this, but leaving a little mystery for future. But now they still gotta kill the body, though.
Finish it. Leave neither of them alive. While he lives, so too does she.
Mark,
Come on.
you have a choice.
You want them dead? Do it yourself.
Thankfully, the job's not finished.
So you can't release her.
What if we disagree, Doc?
Understand?
Yeah, you see that, don't you? Oh yeah, I see it. Oh, I see it.
He's completely integrated.
Right.
Both of them now.
Yes, guys.
Just the first episode.
Yeah.
Is it like Wayne Newton or Tom Jones or somebody like that? Ouch.
Yeah, that was a fall. All right, there's 6.5 minutes left. I got a funny feeling there is a post credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just let it play.
Is this definitely the last episode?
Yep. Definitely the last episode. But once again, we don't know if it's, clearly we're going to see more of Moon Knight, Mark Spector, Steven, and they left it open about a third personality, obviously, how that fight got settled.
Yeah.
Jake, I suppose.
A lot of things are unclear. Well, just the mental institution, like is this all in his head?
Yeah, I think it's all in his head.
going on?
I think that last shot about what he said there, it's going to continue on, and then the next shot was him waking up, eyes closed, and then waking up. So I think it's supposed to imply that was all in his head. And right here in the credits, that this stuff has been here the whole time, like foreshadowing 3 personalities. Look, his face split in 3.
It didn't give a voice of Towerette, so I wonder if it was the actress that.
Yeah.
All right, come on, give us a mid credit.
Yep. Here we go.
Sand. Oh, now it's reversed. He's actually in a mental hospital. Got gloves on. This is clearly Mark, but I think it's Jake.
Yeah.
See how the color tone is different too? It's not like this. And it's,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, this is Jake taking him out. Gonna finish the job.
Yeah, how many other people did he kill? And then it's always like, I can't kill this guy, even though...
Who's
know,
the
it's
source of all of this?
The source of all the evil, yeah.
But the random...
He's too big an actor. I can't.
Right.
I can't.
Right, that's pretty much it.
You can't hurt us.
So he did release Stephen and Mark, but
Want to know something?
not the other one.
Mark Spector truly believed that why would I ever need anybody else?
Because he's got to
He
deal with
has
Jake.
No idea how troubled he truly
Right.
is. Meet my friend.
Yes.
Barkley.
Oh, there he is.
Hoy te toca perder.
Well, there we go.
Damn, okay. Yay.
Solved.
All right.
It was all a vessel to. Yeah, Khonshu agreed to the terms and followed out the terms he
Freed
had
those
with
guys,
Mark
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Steven, but they didn't know about Jake. And so he had to deal with Jake. Yep. It was all solved in the fucking post-credit scene. Like all the answers we were looking for. Speculated
Well-
about. That's funny. It's like literally addressed, oh, he's too big of an actor. And it's just like, oh, here's Jake.
It's just...
That's good.
They, yeah, you don't want your hero to be a murderer, but how many other people has he killed? Like,
Sometimes, yeah. So the greater good, you gotta like this guy, and now he's got another god inside of him that can get released again. And I was thinking, yeah,
Right.
I don't know, yeah, I was feeling the same way. I was like, this guy's gotta take care of this. This makes no sense not to.
Right. It's like you can't have all this killing and then have some kind of sweet Disney ending at the end. Like this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, they that was all on purpose to draw you to the post credit. Create a little more conflict at the end. That's cool. It was fun.
so was
Jake.
was Amit still inside him?
Right,
So
still inside, and that's
theoretically,
what.
she's dead.
Yeah,
As dead as a god can be, I guess.
I suppose. Yeah, that's what they
As
set
dead as
up
anyone
this-
in Marvel can be.
Right. That's what they set up in the episode, but once again, they didn't. They always purposely like. Oh, I almost said a spoiler, but they almost. Not almost. They didn't show. Ethan Hawke. Getting shot. Everything in the scene implies that Jake killed him.
Oh, true.
And we can take it as that, but it technically it doesn't mean they're going to act on that, but technically it does leave it open to if there
noticed.
ever was a reason to revisit it, they can technically still do it because they didn't show him getting a bullet in the head. They implied it through the editing. So it's
not the
have your
first time
cake and
they've
eat
done
it
that.
too.
Yeah.
Right. It's a have your
Right.
cake and eat it
Yeah.
too. For the purposes
Don't
of
wanna
now, where
spoil
we are in the
anything.
timeline, it's fine. He's dead. It solves
dead,
it.
yeah.
We're all fine. But some weird thing happens later on that they don't even have scripted yet. Oh well, technically we never showed that. We might be able to write it back in.
Plus, they want to be able to, if the story calls for it, bring back these actors.
Right.
Their characters.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke is awesome. Like he's a great actor, and
Yeah.
You guys haven't watched Hawkeye yet, right?
I haven't.
Yeah, I mean I have obviously, but yeah, we haven't got Chris caught up, so we're you have 3 episodes into What If right now, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should watch that again.
That's
pretty
fun.
Yeah, these guys really liked it. They, it's just kind of this unknown property. Didn't really have any expectations, but then I think that's the best way to go into something because you truly just see it for what it is, and by the end, at the beginning they're like, all right, kind of here out of obligation, and by the time we got to the 3rd episode, they're like, damn it, we gotta wait a week to watch more. Like, we're into it. It's fun. It's good.
It's cool to show that we're basically back at the beginning now because
In a
there'll
way,
be he'll keep having these flashbacks where he blacks out and doesn't exactly know what happens, even though he's now what do you call it? Like he's brought those two together. Like they're there's a word for it, but so those two are together now, and he can like interact with them willy nilly. But now, he's back to like having to chain himself up to a bed and
because
stuff, I guess.
Jake is around, but the original two personalities, Mark and Steven, aren't aware of Jake. The same dynamic still exists.
Yeah. From the very first episode, where he was
and
like,
that could just be a staple for this character. Like every time
probably
he gets a show or a movie, we deal with the new personality, only to end that there's another personality. You know, that could just be the thing. I mean, they can only run that so many times. When you're like, all right. But
just hearing that makes me go, oh no,
oh no, right. But yeah, when they deal with him from this point forward, they really need to stretch out Mark and Steven figuring out Jake and really just keep those separate for a long, if they want to have that run.
Yeah. Integrate, never integrate Jake. Like Jake always kind of
is always this outside of
Yeah.
I mean, Mark was a badass. This Jake is just ruthless badass.
Was he speaking Russian or what was that? It was
Spanish.
It was quick.
I thought
it was
Danish.
Spanish.
Okay, it was a Spanish. Okay,
Actually,
I knew
it was weird because I couldn't read the subtitles because my subtitles were on, but because the subtitles were also burnt into the film at the same time, they were overlapping. I couldn't read either one, so I don't even know what he said there at the end. Today is your turn to lose.
Turn to lose.
There it is. That's all he said. Yeah.
I think it's either Spanish or Portuguese. I think.
Oh, did you see the license plate?
No.
Right, Spectre.
It says Spectre. If that K was a C, they could just integrate this in with the James Bond.
I was gonna say that too.
That's funny. Pretty cool though.
Somebody just bought MGM. Who bought MGM? Some studio just did.
Oh really? Yeah, there's all kinds of mergers going on.
Yeah.
I know.
It's all gonna be one big company someday.
Yeah, eventually. Like Discovery and Warner Brothers or something just merged.
Joined up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big talks about the future of the DC universe there.
And basically all the video game companies have just like the last year started merging together.
Right.
So.
Like Microsoft bought like fucking a shitload of things.
Yeah.
Activision and stuff.
Blizzard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bethesda.
Yep.
Yep. Like, well, I hope you all have Game Pass. There's a lot of games coming. But yeah, when they bought up Bethesda, like all the Elder Scrolls games and Doom games and all that went up on Game Pass.
They should bring in the Obsidian people to help the Bethesda people actually get the next Elder Scrolls done.
Yeah.
Well, there is rumors that they are getting the Obsidian people to make another Fallout game. Like the next Fallout game will be
well, Outer
Vegas 2
Worlds
or
is
something.
sort of like that.
You're right. It is even more satirical. That was pushed real far down that spectrum, which was fine. It worked great for the world they created. But we'll finish talking about Moon Knight in a second. But of course, Bethesda's big IPs are Starfield, which is supposed to be out at the end of the year, which is a new IP, which is basically Elder Scrolls in space, is what people have been saying.
November 11th.
November 11th, 11/11/22. And then Elder Scrolls 6, which is, it's probably going to be 15 years between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And I can't believe nobody's done a Skyrim movie or an Elder Scrolls movie yet.
Yeah. Right. Just haven't got optioned on it.
When I guess Amazon Prime wanted to do something to compete with Game of Thrones, or to be the next Game of Thrones.
I was going to say
doing the Lord of the Rings.
I was going to say though,
Elder Scrolls.
but Elder Scrolls would. You think that'd be too much, like them trying to differentiate themselves from being like a Lord of the Rings, because you're dealing with a lot of similar types of characters and species, and
there's a lot of. I mean, every Elder Scrolls game has all these other little stories in it, and the books and everything, and.
Right.
There's a lot of material.
I mean, it's pretty different, like politically and all that stuff.
Fair enough. Well, not to get distracted.
Khajiit.
Khajiit, yeah, Khajiit. pretty good series. Moon Knight. Back to Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. There
Yeah.
did seem to be a mid-season lull there, but it was all for
Yeah.
character development or whatever. And then that penultimate was a crash course into what was really happening, and and the finale was a Marvel finale.
Yeah, the only thing, and I think you mentioned it too, Nick, the only thing I didn't really like about the finale was, you've got Ahmed sucking these souls and becoming more and more powerful. And then, and you're like, oh, the threat's big, the threat's getting bigger. And then Khonshu just shows up the same size.
Yeah, they didn't explain that. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Khonshu's all of a sudden that big. Like, what is he
Yeah.
doing to be able to do that? Yeah. That was a little odd.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just got cut. Maybe they did explain it, and I missed it. It was too quick of a thing. I don't know. That was weird. Whatever. It's
It's,
past it. I'm not looking for a movie or anything.
I think they wanted like a big, Godzilla fight, so they just
Right.
Right. Well, we just need to make
make
Khonshu big too.
yeah. Well, they probably had that. The director probably had that vision of like, I want to see Moon Knight and Ethan Hawke fighting here, and then in the background have
Right.
the Khonshu and
Right.
and there's only one way to do it.
He's also was harvesting souls for years and years while she was captive, right? So maybe he's already got enough souls to do that. I don't know.
Right. And if so, that's fine. But they needed to make it a little bit more
Right.
apparent in the explanation, because literally it was like you see the visual of Ahmet sucking
him,
souls and Ahmet getting bigger, and then all of a sudden, here's Khonshu just as big. But no, I mean, it just needs a little 5-second scene or just something to explain it.
Yeah.
But but you're right. I think you can look closer, and there probably is an explanation, but there wasn't anything, obvious. Went over my head anyway. Whatever.
That was the background fight. That wasn't the real high stakes.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
exactly right. But it was an enjoyable series. I'm glad I watched it. It's fun. But I think.
So it.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, just in another event, like in a later event, or if anybody shows up to kick ass, it's got to be Moon Knight. So therefore, not Steven or Mark. But yet they're in the same body.
Right.
So like if we get to an Infinity War style where everybody's in there and Moon Knight has to kick butt.
Right.
You're right.
We haven't
It'd have to be
seen
Jake.
how Jake's Moon Knight costume looks. We've only seen Mark.
It's just a gun.
Yeah.
It's just himself.
Yeah. I bet the next season will be them integrating Jake, and then there'll be the three of them, and then they'll be back with Khonshu. And because you're right, like the Steven and Mark can't be Moon Knight now. That's what do you think about that? Yeah.
That's right.
Or they could explain it somehow, like, because he is the same person, he just has different personalities.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about a second season yet, so I wonder if it'll go just on to movies.
So yeah, he thinks he's healing and becoming more whole, but he doesn't know he's still got all those.
With them not being
associations.
Moon Knight and Jake being the Avatar, I wonder. I mean, they'll the very next thing he appears in, they'll have to start addressing that lack of integration, that differentiate, right? Because it'll be like, because just like in this show, Mark / Steven will find themselves with a knife in somebody and be like, wait a minute, I thought we're not avatars anymore. How did this fucking happen? Steven,
I wonder
did you do this? No. Mark, did you do this? No. Well, they're going to have to deduce.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. 100%.
I wonder when that will be. If I would think Doctor Strange is going to have to touch on some of the other shows that have already come out, like Captain America and Loki and stuff.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they just ignore Moon Knight for the next year or so, and then he pops up somewhere.
right. I think.
I was trying to think what would fit. Doctor Strange might sort of fit in the sense of magic.
Yeah, they were.
But-
There's been speculation about, like, I don't know what label to put on it, but like the mystical Avengers, like things dealing with the underworld and stuff. So Blade, Moon Knight. That list was longer right before I tried to say it. There's like 5 of them that deal with this kind of darker underworld tone.
In DC, they have Justice League Dark, which is like Constantine. He's sort of like the Doctor Strange of DC, but he's drunk. Yeah. But yeah, they did have. I mean, there's Dark Avengers, but that's not really magical. They're just evil. But then there's. I want to say there was one with like. Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider was one.
People like that, because they're literally demons. That's what Constantine does in DC all the time. He's like summoning demons all the time.
It's like the supernatural Avengers, the ones that deal with.
I feel like they're going to have to do another series because the character is just too complicated to bring into a movie at this point. You know,
right?
Yeah,
there's just too much weirdness with him. So. Like once
Unless
they get that settled,
like a Daredevil scene, and or like just a brief scene,
like a cameo
something.
or something. Yeah, you can do that, but it's just like if you haven't watched his show and he just shows up and it's just this dude who
is all over the place. Like all the other characters are like, what is this?
Yeah, he can't control anything. He keeps like No, I think.
And does Layla continue to have her powers? She said temporary, but.
Right.
Who knows?
If I had to guess, I bet the next series will not be called Moon Knight. It'll probably be called like Layla and Moon Knight or something. I don't know if Layla has a name, like a superhero name, but it'll probably be that, and it will just kind of like
Stephen, Mark, Jake, and Layla.
Yeah.
It's funny. Well, awesome guys. It was fun. I'm glad we did it. I don't know what is the next series. There's
Star Wars one, right?
The Star Wars is coming next.
Kenobi.
I think Kenobi's next. As far as Marvel, I think the next thing is like She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. And it was pointed out that Marvel is expanding to appeal to many different demographics, not just us, some white dudes, middle-aged white dudes. So not every series will be for everyone, right? The whole idea is to expand more. So like, I'm looking forward to the other series that are coming, but I'm not in such a frame of mind that everything has got to be like Loki, WandaVision level awesomeness. You need these subtle, simple, grounded stories, and I think some of those are coming.
Well. Do they own? I know that Hulk is the last one that Disney does not completely own, right?
Right, it's Paramount still owns
Hulk. I wonder if they're doing She-Hulk because they own She-Hulk still.
Right.
Well,
or if that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mark Ruffalo will be in it, but
yeah. What were you saying, Chris?
She-Hulk and Miss Marvel, is that one show or is that two shows?
Two different shows, Miss Marvel and She-Hulk.
Okay.
And She-Hulk, it has been announced that that Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk will be in that show. So to introduce his cousin, who's a lawyer.
Is his cousin?
Yeah. It goes green. It's something like that. It's something like on the surface as a sentence. It's just funny and stupid.
Yeah,
but, they'll figure it out.
His cousin.
But she's a lawyer apparently, and there's all kinds of speculation. Well, you got lawyers in Marvel. Does that mean like Daredevil's going to come in because it's in New York as well? We're going to have Daredevil in that show.
That's gonna be
it's gonna be weird. I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm open to them to resolve it because all this shit on paper sounds stupid. It sounds really, out of context, and you don't know what the show is or whatever. The movie, it just sounds like what the fuck.
You don't want to be cross-examined by the Hulk.
Right? She get mad.
Yeah.
I thought she like always stays the Hulk. Now
yeah,
it's not clear what's going on with.
Yeah.
It's not clear what's going on with Bruce Banner either, because he was Grey Hulk, sort of, or whatever you call him, Professor Hulk.
Right.
In the comics, that was a Grey Hulk.
Right.
And then,
no spoilers.
But then, okay.
Think about what you're going to say.
Well, some of the right. We're just not sure what's going on with him right now.
Right. Right. I think so in game he was basically in permanent Hulk form or whatever. you know, is the last major moment we saw him in. Chris, you'll see a little bit more of him in an after credit scene in a movie or two coming up, but
cool.
There's really not much there. It's just, you know, 20 seconds or something. But yeah, like, wonder, you know, supposedly he's got this under control or whatever. So is he going to like spread that knowledge? And how did she become? If the super soldier serums are gone, how did she get it in the first place? You know, it's just weird. I don't know, but it's comics.
It wasn't gamma radiation.
Well,
in the movies.
Yeah, in the movies, he said he went to gamma radiation therapy to try to control it, and he found that middle form where he basically looks like Hulk, but he's got his brains, you know, from.
But his initially it would be the Edward Norton movie, right? And it's like a serum.
Yeah, it is.
In the comics, they were testing a nuclear bomb, and some teenager is like hanging out in the testing zone, and he goes to save Bruce Banner goes to save him,
right?
And I think
he's radiated. It's the old 50s idea
it's just
of radiation.
Pure gamma radiation. Yeah.
Right. But the kid didn't get it, but he did. But yeah, that makes sense.
I have this superpower of aggressive cancer, but it turned me into the Hulk.
Right. But yeah, I think in the MCU, it's all explained by this constant run of trying to recreate the original scientist's super soldier serum from Captain America.
In a way, if he was predisposed to turn into Hulk instead of just melting, then maybe it's hereditary, and therefore his cousin would have the same result from it.
And that might tie into how they're going to, you know, some little offshoot of like how mutants might tie into everything, right? Because Disney Marvel now has access to Fox, who own mutants, who own the X-Men.
That's cool.
So, you know, there's a lot to come. I mean, think about it. Like, we're halfway through Phase 4 as far as total releases, and they haven't even addressed mutants or Fantastic Four, which they now own. So that's clearly going to go through Phase 5, if not into 6. Like, you know, Fantastic Four is going to be everybody's, you know, both X-Men and Fantastic Four can be whole phase build-ups to end on a collaborative movie like X-Men or a collaborative movie like Fantastic Four. So those are big, huge properties. So that's what makes me think all that's going now on with the multiverse in Phase 4 is it's going to be 3 more phases before we get to build up the next quote Infinity Saga, you know, that's going to resolve in some kind of crazy thing. I don't think it's going to be like multiverse the whole time, but the multiverse will be the door that opens how we can get the mutants and how we can get Fantastic Four.
Just mutants alone, the storytelling possibilities of mutation are huge.
I mean, X-Men were bigger than Avengers in like the comics. Like that was absolutely huge. So
they sort of stay, you know, in the comics generally these things are separate and then they just sort of come together sometimes.
Right.
You know, or then like they had at one point they had like Wolverine was in the Avengers and the X-Men and X-Force, and like he was like everywhere all at once, and people were like, this is lame. Just because he's popular, you put him in everything.
Right.
But
well, it's good. Chris, we're going to see, I know you're not caught up yet, so sorry you don't get to see, I mean, I guess you could go see Doctor Strange. There's nothing physically preventing you. But it's
probably at least see Spider-Man first. Right?
Yeah.
I got to see
honestly,
Spider-Man
man,
first,
if you really couldn't wait, we could just watch Spider-Man, and so you could go see Doctor Strange if you wanted to. But you know, once I haven't seen the rest of What If, so maybe there's some tie-ins there. But I hadn't seen.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
I've only seen the first 3 episodes of What If. I never finished it. But I do know from watching the breakdown videos, you know, some little things that got kind of spoiled for me or whatever, which I won't repeat. But
it might be a while before any of that ties in.
You're right, directly. But yeah, we'll see. And so there's, along with what we were talking about, there's a lot of speculation with what might happen in Doctor Strange based on the trailers and what people are leaking and stuff. So Doctor Strange could be a very pivotal, just like Spider-Man is, very pivotal movie to what we're what we will see coming in the near future for Marvel. So awesome, guys. Any last thoughts? We'll wrap this up. Once again, I appreciate it. Thank you all for joining. If you like this reaction, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Really appreciate it. Help the channel grow. If you're interested in any full-length reactions to this or anything else we've done, you can check out the link to Patreon down in the description below. Otherwise, Mike, Chris, thanks again, and we'll catch everyone on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
That's right.
Nice.